up quite a bit this evening. So I was trying to decide between sitting in this spot and sitting on the other side of the property, where I think there might be a little bit more thermal cover. However, I've seen deer every time I've sat here. I just haven't been able to quite have the right opportunity to pull the trigger. So I opted to sit here, definitely second guessing my decisions. It's easy to feel confident when you make the right decision every once in a while, but for whatever reason this year, I seem to be in the right places most of the time and just can't make stuff happen. Which then makes you feel not very confident. So I'm in here though, and as long as it's not a yearling, I'll be sending it around. If I can get a decent look at it here. So a lot of the snow has come off of the trees, so I'm not as visible up here as I was this morning. Everything is white. I'm gonna sit tight here, get warm, and see how the night goes. I'm not feeling great about it, but you never know what can happen. The second rut is going. That buck I saw this morning was cruising. Bucks I saw last night were cruising. Or pushing those, so you never know what can happen, but I would just be happy if a doe came through and I could pop one of them. So, we'll see what happens. They're not going to be moving quite yet. I think maybe an hour after dark they slow down quite a bit, and then there's basically no wind tomorrow. So my guess is sometime tonight they'll start moving. We'll get lots of pictures, but I won't see anything here. However, it is deer hunting, and you never know what can happen, so I'm gonna sit here for this last hour. See what happens. It's so cold. Saw my first squirrel today, actually, just a little bit ago. I was scaling a tree, but I just saw movement, so I got excited. And it was just a squirrel, so still waiting on it here. 10 minutes later, I looked to my left and recognized a buck that I had seen many different times. A few days before, I watched him cruising and looking for does. I watched him for a minute as he scent checked several areas and then moved on. He showed up on trail camera right before rifle season opened, and I ended up getting several pictures of him. When I first got the notification that there was a buck on camera, I was surprised that he was only a 5-point, as he had a pretty decent frame and height on his antlers. I ended up seeing him on 2 different hunts in the past week. The last time I saw him from the stand, I watched him for about 10 minutes. By the time I decided to shoot him, he was gone. I had been hunting hard on a farmer's permission piece to try to get a doe for the freezer, and I just hadn't had a good opportunity. I decided that if I saw him again, I would take the chance to harvest him, as I needed meat, and the farmer definitely needed some deer off of his property. So he had dropped, but he was still alive. So I got down and went and put another one in him. He was coming in with another little buck. And I said, if that 5-point comes in, I'm going to shoot him. Sure enough, he did. I was shooting on freehand, basically, because he's off to my left, which is a difficult shot to make. With the ladder, you're facing forward. I'm just happy to have a deer down. It's been a tough season. But we finally have a deer on the ground. So I'm sitting back here. I'm hoping group dose comes through and I can get a doe as well. That'd be awesome. Oh, praise the Lord. Alright, I just got down. I'm gonna walk over. I was already over there because I put another shot in him. But we're gonna walk over, go get our hands on him, and then start the hard, long process of cutting him and dragging him out. So I'm excited. And let's do this before we lose too much light. Here we go. Alright, well here he is. Nice 5-point. Seen him on camera several times, knew he was around. I watched him. Last week I saw him 2 different times. But it's just got to the point in the season where we're looking to fill a couple tags, get some venison in the freezer, and he stepped out. He's got a great body on him. Definitely is as big as a doe is, if not bigger. So me in the freezer, I'm super excited. We've got a tag filled. So I'm gonna start the process of getting him gutted and dragging him out of here. I've got a very long drag, at least longer than I'm used to. So this will be fun, but super excited to have a deer on the ground, have a tag filled, and season is looking up. All right, we got him back here at the house, and it was fun to have Mabel come over and see him. Fun to have family in the area that you can share these memories with. And really, again, just excited to have a deer down on the ground. We've hunted very hard this year. Haven't necessarily had the success that we were hoping for, but it also gives us a lot to look forward to next year as we start our habitat improvements and planning all of that out. So lots to look forward to, and happy that we finally have a buck on the ground.